from right within a WhatsApp conversation or an SMS message, you could actually send a HubSpot link to someone. It's actually pretty cool, and you can actually do it from the HubSpot keyboard. So let's check it out to see exactly as to what we can do. So if I were to go across to where it says HubSpot, and we see that we would have had, if I go to the menu, if I go to home, we know that we already have our meeting link that's actually set up. So if I go to where it says meeting scheduler is actually there. And if I were to check out the scheduler, you'll see I can copy the link, I can share it, I can have the different options as to how I can share it. And also I can do a preview. So if I wanted to send this over to someone, these are the traditional ways that I can go about doing it. But I don't want to do it like that anymore. Actually, I want to send it directly from WhatsApp. So if I want to do that, I can actually go to my WhatsApp conversations, and from within my chat, I will access something called HubSpot. And within here, I can pull all of my links, all of my snippets, all of my documents, all of my quotes, and well, of course, my settings. Now, how do we go about doing that? We have to make sure that we have something called HubSpot Keyboard installed or activated. So if I were to go and open the app, and I'm going to go back to where it says settings all the way down to the bottom, we're going to see here where it says keyboard. So if I were to touch on where it says keyboard, if you are looking at this for the very first time, you will see where it says switch to HubSpot keyboard, or you will see where it says add HubSpot keyboard. Once you have your HubSpot keyboard set up, then you will have the ability of doing that. But where do you find that? If you were to go into your settings inside of Samsung, well, I'm using this Samsung mobile device. And if I were to type in, let's say I were to type in keyboard, KY, if I were to go for keyboard, it should be able to show me all of my respective keyboards here. And I should see HubSpot right there. And what I want to make sure is that HubSpot is here. If you're using iPhone, it's going to ask you to allow full access. Once you have this, it means that once you are using any type of application, you could switch in between your regular Samsung keyboard or your HubSpot keyboard, and you will have access to this where you can send all of your respective assets. So I can send this, or I can send a snippet, or I can send a document. I can send a quote, whatever assets that's inside of HubSpot, that there's a respective link that the HubSpot keyboard can access. This is where you have all of those tools from there. So if you didn't know, now you know that you can use the HubSpot keyboard to access all of your respective assets from a marketing perspective, from a sales perspective, towards distributing it out to your customer.